Alright, Ruben, I think this is video 4. Now I've kind of pre-staged this a little bit to show you kind of what happens. Again, I'm at the top of a ladder, not too high off the ground, but trying to do this without falling over. But anyway, so what ends up happening as the wedge comes around, and I'm trying not to cut myself on the broken wires, but as the wedge comes around, it does in fact rotate our cone. But there, once you get past a certain point, the wedge just pops. The wedge pops off the top of the cone and comes out, and that's actually when I was really putting a lot of my weight into the pulling on the wire or on the rope. That's when I nearly went over backwards. So bottom line is, you can get the wedge around. You can get the wedge properly positioned if you have access to the side aperture, but once you then go and really crank on the wedge, our idea was that it would actually wedge, between the corner casting and the inner wall, or the cone and the inner wall of the ISO fitting. But in fact, what ends up happening is it pops out, and it pops out because it can only be a certain length. It can only be so long and still fit into the void that's left between the cone and the corner casting. Anyway, I hope that kind of portrays what I've been experimenting with and the results that I'm getting. I do still think that the idea that we talked about at lunchtime, where we have kind of an oval ring or iron ring that can fit over the top of the cone and around the base of the corner casting, is something that is still feasible. So I'm going to experiment with that in the next days. So anyway, just wanted to give you a little video recap of some of the experimenting we've done in regards to the wedge approach.